Okay. Well, that was quick.
All right. Well, we're back.
Hello.
This week was busy, I feel like. There was a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So tell us what you did this week, Justin.
did a lot of editing, actually, surrounding, because we had the show and tell, the company show and tell, where we all show stuff that is in working progress and stuff like that. And we haven't done one in like 3 months. So it was kind of like, since we're back, it's January, there was a lot to do. So that took up a full week. Then we had the subscription video and then ATV, and then we've been filming a lot of stuff. So this week was like really busy, and I felt like, I had to stay after a little bit, missed the, my after work activities one day and stuff, but that's the commitment we have for you guys. But other than that, it's the same week,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I feel like we're settled in though. I feel like now we're settled into routine, ready for a new year.
Yeah, I agree. Just took a couple weeks of being back.
Yeah.
Of course, as soon as there's another routine here, everything gets changed. So expect big changes. What else is happening today? We're going to have a Gillian Anderson interview. It's Sandy's full interview with Gillian up on the site a little bit later today. Which you also did you edit that or no? That was
I just did the overlays and the visuals on it or whatever.
That was Dan Martin.
That was Dan Martin who did the first cut.
So if you like Agent Scully, look forward to that. What did I do this week?
What did you do this week? I don't know.
I'm just going to sit down for a second.
Say hello to the fans, Tom.
guys.
They never see you.
Hello, guys.
But they blame you for everything.
I don't think I'm in the frame here, but
Well, Hennessy's over here.
I am.
In case you're wondering where he is.
Wait for me.
I don't think I'm in the frame. I don't think it's wide enough. So
Then why are you sitting there?
because I'm just going to hang out with you guys for a minute.
Oh, okay.
As Jared likes to insist, this is the weekly informal meeting of the
And
community
Tom's
team.
just hovering over here.
They can see you.
Okay,
Good
good.
news.
Hello, guys. Long time no see.
The banner that says Sean Tracy, we did another RTV Wednesday with Sean Tracy. If you haven't seen it, check it out because he talks a lot about cool stuff. I don't know what just happened there.
This is just our standard camera
Oh, okay.
trouble.
Our
exposure.
standard informal camera.
When you're trying to run a multi-camera live show using cameras that were designed to take still pictures, sometimes there's some workarounds that have to be done. So
Someone
one of
says-
them is the camera shutting off all the time.
Someone said the stream is feeding off of Hennessy's anger.
Yes.
I don't know if Hennessy has anger necessarily. It's more of like a grumpiness.
I have a general curmudgeon.
He is a general
about me.
curmudgeon.
I like to think of myself as a curmudgeon. I pride myself as the older I get, the more curmudgeon I become.
We can start out as a curmudgeon and you join the rebellion. In like a week, you'll be a general curmudgeon.
A general
Very well. Yeah, we are using a DSLR's John McFly for the time being that we were going to upgrade hopefully this year.
So this week, I got over the flu, finally. It
I know.
took like 8-9 days, but I'm not sick anymore, so I'm happy about that. We did a bunch of ship pipeline meetings. Not such exciting stuff. I think I've talked before about how we have 3 ships in progress right now, leading up to concept, which is the Pirate Interceptor, maybe the Buccaneer, maybe called something else, the Light Corvette, and the Tavaran boarding ship, which is still currently blocked by waiting for the Tavaran race stuff to be finalized, but they are cracking away at that right now. So we sat down a lot about that. What art assets do we need? What time? When are we going to block this into the schedule? And also just like assigning where our other concept artists are working on. I know a lot of people were talking about Germark, who's working on the Caterpillar right now. We're talking about what his future schedule is going to be like. So a lot of blocking out for the year. I think that's pretty much what everybody in the studio is doing right now.
We also had a Jira training meeting.
We learned to use Jira. So Jira is the in-house production tasking system. Lots of people use it. Basically, fix this bug, assign to whoever. The producers arrange all that, get everybody's schedules right. We haven't used it in the past because we're much more free-form, freewheeling community folks. But we're going to try to integrate ourselves into their system so artists don't have to put up with Jared going to them at 3 a.m. and demanding a render of the constellation. So that was a fun meeting. Darian taught a little class for us.
Mm-hmm. You did some interviews?
Yes, we are interviewing. We have all sorts of positions. Some are up at the site right now. Some are going to go up soon. We are looking for a community manager. We're looking for an editor, and we're looking for a marketing artist. So if you've ever wanted to join this exciting team and be part of this cool group of people around the table right now, watch the Cloud Imperium Games site.
Wait, what kind of editor?
Not motion picture editor. No, the other kind of editor. It's the copywriter, copy editor.
I remember that happened last time when you guys were downstairs and Ben's like, "Oh, I just finished interviewing an editor," and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Excuse me?
He's like, "Sorry, I meant a copy editor."
And what else? Sandy found a big stock of Wing Commander material that she keeps coming to my office and giving me more of. I think she likes the expression on my face when I see like a sketch of a spaceship. I brought some of them with me. I don't know if you can see these,
it's
but
hidden under there.
yeah, just a Karathi battleship from Hennessy's running to, I guess, see if any of this can be seen.
Are those like the concept artwork?
Yeah, this is concept artwork that was more finalized for the Wing Commander movie. I'm just going to assume people probably can't see this, so I'll go through it. These are the different Kilrathi warships.
Oh wow!
This is the concept art from Merlin. If anybody's familiar with the Wing Commander movie, originally the Freddie Prinze Jr. character Blair was supposed to have this little holographic robot that would provide exposition at various points in the movie. They shot it with like a Barbie doll that they were going to CGI over, and then ran out of money or patience for it, and ended up recutting the movie to avoid it, which is part of the reason why the movie is what it is today. And just concept stuff.
They don't show up real well because of the light, but enough that I think we got the flavor for it.
Yeah, if anyone is really interested in Wing Commander movie stuff, check out my Twitter. There'll be more about that. Anyway, that got me thinking about the Wing Commander movie, and I knew from years and years ago that the original guy who did concept art for it was a man named Ron Cobb, who is a very, very famous concept artist, Hollywood concept artist. He worked on like the Nostromo on Alien, all over the place, like the guys we use for 3D stuff. He did a set of concepts for the ships that were not ultimately used, and no one had ever seen them. They never got put out anywhere. So I did a little bit of digging, and I found some of those. So check my Twitter later today, and we'll share those for people interested in a totally different, like 1970s take on the Wing Commander movie. It's the Concordia. The rapier looks like the rapier in Wing Commander. So, enough Wing Commander nerding about.
Nerd about something else.
There can never be enough, but
I see somebody asking about the community manager. It is for multiple positions. We're not replacing Disco Lando.
Not replacing Disco Lando.
We just need more community managers.
Because there's a big community.
Yes.
To manage.
And what did you
Strong
do this
opinions.
week, Thomas Hennessy?
I know he never gets to say.
You don't ever get to do these weekend
I
reviews.
just do my thing though. We did a big live show. We already talked about that on Wednesday. That was fun. It was Sean Tracy was great. I liked him so much. I booked him for another show.
Nice.
Coming up once Chris heads to the UK, we'll do a special 10 for directors.
Are you going to get Bender?
Steve Bender and
Yes.
Sean Tracy.
Yes.
You're gonna have hours of footage
There's
from
going to be
that.
a post. I'll put a post up once we schedule it. But I'm excited about that. Those two guys together.
Yeah.
It's going to be magic. We did, just our normal shoots. We shot a bunch of segments. Every week feels, I don't really think about, like coming into this. What did we do this week? So now I'm on the spot. We shot stuff and that's it. Birthday party tonight. Tonight's the
Yeah,
big birthday
employee
party.
birthday party.
For 3 months.
We haven't had
Yeah,
one of
3
those.
months
We haven't
of
had
birthday
one
parties
for a
are
while.
happening.
There's a lot of
Tonight.
things we haven't had in 3 months.
Yeah,
So yeah, we normally do like a monthly birthday party because like a nice, efficient, modern office. But in the move, we didn't. So now we're having like the birthdays for November, December, January today. So it should be fun.
So if your birthday is this month, happy birthday.
Yes, if your birthday is in the last quarter,
Anytime
happy
since
CIG
October.
birthday.
Yeah, we'll
Today.
cut a piece of cake and take a bite in your honor.
Well, there's not cake. There's going to be like birdseed bags.
Yeah, it's gonna be plants.
Let's not, we don't need to air our dirty laundry in public. Come on.
There's just going to be a block of granola.
We did film a lot of interviews, so we have because all of the people coming in, visiting, we were able to get people who we don't normally get for an interview. We even got one guy who was here in California on vacation from Germany, and we managed to con him into coming in on his vacation day to do an interview with him. So that'll probably come up in the next week or two on Around the Verse. And that's it.
I mean, how did they like that roundtable thing that you did? Well, and then I cut, the roundtable on ATV this week.
Oh, I'm sure they liked it.
I
didn't
get
any feedback on it.
Usually, Tom always relays the feedback from you.
I haven't seen any. It seems like they're most of the time there's usually one or two things that kind of dominate the headlines, so to speak. So this week it was the first look at Hurston, which got snuck into a Mark Skelton interview.
You guys like
that? It took
that?
people a while to actually find, and then the art sneak peek obviously seemed to be the two dominating topics. So I've seen most of the feedback has been on seeing Hurston for the first time more than the
roundtable.
The roundtable is always. I mean, it was
like a successful roundtable.
Anytime you get John Pritchett talking physics, it's good stuff.
I was excited about it. I think we achieved it and executed it very well. And sometimes we don't. It doesn't end up like that. So I was proud of it. Anyways.
You see Rebels this week?
I did see Rebels. Did you?
I did.
It was
okay.
It's okay. That's how I feel like every episode though. Every week it's like, watch Rebels this week. I watched Rebels. What'd you think? It was okay. It's like.
But it was really cool that they did. The battle they talk about in the episode
is in the canon comic.
The comic that came out that day.
Yes, that is cool that they're crossing that stuff over, and that seems to be like. I think that's going to be kind of the edge of where we actually see stuff crossing over is comics, books, Rebels. I don't know how much we're gonna get. They'll actually bring that stuff into the movies, but. It was just kind of. I tell you one thing. The one thing I liked about the episode is for the first time it felt like there maybe somebody can die because even though they were like red shirts, they were equivalent of red shirts beaming down with Kirk and McCoy, unnamed A-wing pilots. But at least there was some type of stakes because my biggest problem with it is every week there's no.
Tom likes death.
So there you have it. At least people died.
At least people died. Write that down.
That's pretty much an answer.
I'm glad they died, and I hope they burn in hell.
Oh my god!
Isn't that Sam Jackson from what's that? Time to Kill?
Oh yeah.
Was that just your inner monologue?
This is what we deal with on a daily basis. This is Tom.
Yes.
All right. Should we take some questions?
Yes, we should. Thank you 5 minutes ago.
Please, God, let's take some questions. Do you want to?
Hey, ask some questions. If you're in our side chat, ask questions. So is the Starfarer and Hangar delayed until next month? Starfarer and Hangar will be one of the next patches, but we don't have a release date. Although that does remind me of another small piece of news. We have a patch going up today. 2.1.2 should be going live. It has a couple bug fixes. It's nothing terribly exciting, but still patching. Essentially the way the patches are going to work for the next couple months is we're going to do, you'll see a bunch of PTU patches getting to the next, we just did 2.1 this month. We're going to do 2.2 next month. So it'll be essentially like a very active period of iterative PTU patches until we get a live candidate. Live candidate goes up. Some of the team will be working on patching, essential bugs on that branch, and then there'll be a little lull while the team puts in the content for the next one. So 2.2 will go out next month. We'll have a bunch of PTU patches. You guys will help us perfect it, and then there'll be another little lull for a week or two while the development team is putting in whatever secrets are in 2.3 and so on, 2.4, 2.5 and so on. Yes, it's easier when you have Lander to play off of. Questions. Anything planned to celebrate the package split? No, nothing in particular. Maybe we'll do a promo or something in the days leading up to it, but nothing too exciting. It's more accounting on our end than it is an event, but we wanted to let you guys know in advance. Question: will Gemini owners get the base Starfarer in the hangar? Yes, we're gonna make that happen. It'll probably be something of a kludge, like you'll see a you'll see the wrong one on your account for a couple weeks. But we will make that happen because once the Starfair goes live, we want everybody to be able to explore it.
I have a guest coming. I booked us a guest.
Oh, good.
So
good.
To help us answer some questions.
Thank
So,
God.
Yeah. So
Let's see.
he'll be here in a few minutes. So we can only have a few more minutes, and we'll get somebody in here that can help us.
You wanna check the
any
other
more
chat?
Meet the Devs episodes coming? Probably not in the near future. It wasn't really a lot of people watched it, and it kind of got stale. So we're working on a way to make it more interesting before we would bring that back. In the meantime, consider their ATV interviews your chance to meet them.
Wujen asks if the mocap shot for Squadron 42 was just for episode 1 or was it for all 3 episodes? It was just episode 1, but that's a qualified just because we're not talking about 3 episodes of a Telltale game. We're talking about 3 totally separate full-scale games. I don't think it would have been possible to do a mocap shoot. It would be like saying, oh, did they make all 3 Star Warses at the same time? Or maybe I shouldn't think so big of
I
ourselves.
think they're doing that with the Avatar, new Avatars 2, 3, and 4 all at the same time.
Yeah, they've been saying that for a long time.
They had a release date. It was supposed
No,
to
they
come out,
don't.
and then they pushed it because Star Wars moved into their space. And now I heard Star Wars is going to be delayed again because the lighting technicians in England are going on strike. The union is going on strike, and until they can resolve that, they either have to pack up and move out of England or resolve that. But
I
look
should
who it
clarify
is.
that doesn't impact us in
this
any
is a
way.
big guest.
Mr.
today.
Eric Kyron Davis. I have a chair right here for you.
Whoa.
You can see the screen, see the questions.
You literally gave me your chair?
You know what? This is.
Did you talk
I
about
feel
the
like in a bad
unmelt?
Mike Myers movie.
Did you talk about the unmelt tokens?
Yes, we did.
Okay. I saw somebody asking
Roll away
if
that
they'd
way,
be
you're
getting
not
more.
on camera.
Sorry.
Folks were asking where Lando is. He is at PAX South on vacation, but I'm sure you will see him there if you look around. And here is Eric Kyron Davis. He's our main big producer guy. I don't know what your actual title is.
Main big producer guy.
That totally works.
Yeah.
We'll get that on a card.
Well, whatever it is, we'll put it on the card. That's right. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody.
Here's the question already. Can we get a close-up of Eric's watch?
Oh, my goodness. Yes. I don't know if you get a close-up. Thomas, you got to get a close-up. I'll have to go up to the camera. It's my flux capacitor watch. I don't. You probably can't see it from this far away, can they? No, should I-
But I can confirm that it is a Flux capacitor watch.
I just turned off. Yeah, it's my best friend got it for me for Christmas a year or 2 ago, and it's one of my main attractions now. Apparently,
I feel like everybody points out your watch
They do,
too.
they
It's
do.
really nice.
Well, at 88 miles an hour, I do disappear. So if I start writing really fast.
So tell us what you've been up to lately.
What have I been up to lately? A lot. We've got a lot going on in the studio. We have a lot of guests here. You guys talked to John and Pete McKay about IFCS, updates. What else we have going on in the studio? Reliance been worked on heavily. Elwin's been super passionate about that. We just moved Randy Vasquez into a producer role. I'm sure we announced that last week. Very excited to have him. So for me, I've been spending a lot of time with Randy and Mark, Darian. We also moved Darian to a role that he's kind of supporting all of production now, that it's really been more beneficial for us. So for me, I've just been kind of moving the puzzle pieces around to optimize the development floor here in LA. So it's been a lot of fun, unique challenge, and we're trying to put people in the place that help them be passionate about what they're working on, but also successful and help get this game done even faster. So it's been busy. And then Chris has been back from the UK for the last 2 weeks, so he and I have been working a lot of strategy in regards to just overall schedule for the studio. So it's been fun. I got a little ill recently.
I think that may be my fault.
Yeah, I think Ben. Who I should spend a lot of time with to pass it back to him. But yeah, it's been busy. That's about it. and then just getting stuff set up here at the new studio. That's been a big part of my focus. Making a really cool, fun environment for everybody to stay focused and passionate. I've noticed ever since we moved, everybody been really jonesing for just getting work done.
It's a really cool environment. It's very,
Yeah.
creativity kind of flows here.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to showing you guys the whole, our whole new environment. You guys know Chris. You've seen this process with all the ship releases in the past. It has to look right before we
That's absolutely right.
reveal. But it's a very cool office too.
Some feedback I recently got was we just had Ricky Jutley, one of our producers from the UK, come. They've been doing a lot of focus on the Persistent Universe, and I gave him a quick just walk around when he first got here, and He'd been awake for 29 hours straight when he showed up at the building, because that's how we do things here. We never sleep. We just keep making this game. He walked in here, he got the tour, and he's like, I'm so jazzed. I want to start working now. I want to put in 8 hours of work rather than traveling all day. So it's just, the environment's been really exciting. I can't wait to show it off and then get people in here to see it. And it's going to be a really fun space when it's all done.
All right, if you guys have any questions for Eric, please ask them. Anything related to Star Citizen's production in general, this guy is tied in. You probably keep
as much as I can.
Yeah, probably not like specific ship questions, but broad future of the company.
Yeah. Lay
You
it on
guys
me.
know the
Lay it
drill.
on me.
Yeah.
You know how this
Say
goes.
something.
We say they know the
without
drill, but then we-
saying
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all right.
That's right.
Regarding the Idris hangar ready, Heroic Frog is asking if it will go straight to flight or just go hangar ready. TBD. No call on that one yet.
Do you want to check the other chat?
Was it?
Do you want to check the other chat?
Oh yes, other chat.
Multiple chats.
Yeah, we're gonna check the Twitch chat right now. I can't even read that.
Oh, let me make it larger.
Teeny tiny. Well, somebody asked a question about amount of player count, and I know that's been discussed a lot, and I definitely am not the expert on the answer to that. But you guys saw that we recently tested that on the PTU, right? We increased player count,
Yes.
and that was a good exercise for us on the production side. A lot of times when we do things like that, it's for us to really get a good litmus test of how much more we can add and how higher we can push it. So Crusader, we upped it, and it went really well. But we also learned a lot of things from it. And then we also are trying to do more global gameplay tests here internally so we can see what the player count increase will do before we even roll out to you guys. So thank you for doing that test for us. And I expect more of those, because I think the goal is to get as many as we can, right? That's what you always try to push.
Absolutely.
More up we go. That's what we're shooting for.
I'm sure that however many, we will never be happy with whatever we end up with.
That's right.
So
That's
it will
right.
be-
That's exactly right.
I hope that in like 2030, we're still trying to get to more players.
That's right. That's exactly right.
You said the Relay was being worked on. Is that slated for 2.2 or beyond?
That's a great question, Ben. What do you think?
Well, I should stress the way this works is we have goals for each of these patches, but they don't all have to be met to go out. So if we do hope for the Reliant to be in next patch,
Yep.
but if it takes a little longer, or if there's some issue when we put it in and start testing it, it might not. So it's not something we can promise today, but it's something we're working towards.
That's right. And with all of our ships, that one is looking really, really good. Elwin's been working hard on it with Daniel, and just from the art side, obviously on the tech design side and the gameplay side. There's a lot of things that go into each one of these ships, as you know, if you've been paying attention to this game at all for the last few years. But exactly as Ben said, we try to overachieve as much as we can, but we do find things when we get moving. So we'll get that thing in there to fly. We'll play with it. We'll see how it feels, and then we'll have to balance it. And then if it doesn't feel right, we're not going to give it to you guys until we feel like you're going to be happy with it as much as we are. Or sometimes we go, hey, we could use some extra testing on this. Hey, go play with this for us. So yeah, we definitely are trying to get the next patch for sure, and it's looking good. But as Ben said, we've got a lot of things that are still dependencies before we feel comfortable with that.
I see someone asking why we have not shown more Squadron 42 gameplay. That's entirely by choice. Squadron 42 is built in the same system, so if you want to know what a dogfight in Squadron 42 looks like, play Arena Commander or Crusader. But we're not releasing, footage of the specific missions we're building right now because we consider that to be a spoiler. But it's going very well, and in fact, we did show a little bit of gameplay at. They all run together now, but when we did the CitizenCon, we did the Moro tour, which is actually in game, live, walking around the Idris that you start the game around. So, and you'll see more of that as we get closer. I think Squadron 42's rollout is going to be a very traditional game compared to Star Citizen. Star Citizen does nothing is normal for Star Citizen. Squadron 42 is going to be very much more. Oh, here's teaser trailer. Here's the trailer. Here's the big game for you to explore.
And someone thanked you. They don't want spoilers.
I'm sure we'll accidentally spoil lots of things.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You can change your outfit in the hangar. Will that translate to the mini PU anytime soon? Can't give it time, but I can confirm that the folks in Germany just recently finished a pass at the design for how outfits and items are going to be changed. So it's in progress. And it's starting to look good.
It is. We talked about, actually, in the 10 for the developers recently, it was Forrest and I talking a lot. We actually talked a lot about characters, evidently. And one of the things was customization and the amount of clothes and options and features and stuff. And those guys are working hard at making some really cool tech. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And how they integrate that into Squadron 42 and then ultimately Star Citizen is going to be really cool.
People asking about what ships are available for the Free Fly.
Free fly.
Free fly.
Flea fly.
The flea fly.
Yeah, don't matter.
I believe it is a Hornet, an Aurora, and a Mustang Delta. Just kind of the base ships people can see, how you would start the game. And it should be fun. Current outlook on getting shopping into Kasaba. It's coming. I think people who have been looking through the files and have figured out it's in active development. Stay tuned.
Yep. We're very excited about all the clothes and the shopping aspect that go into it, but there's a lot of technical aspects that go into shopping that, since we're ironing this out for the entire game, we've got to identify, right? We're kind of R&Ding how that's going to work. And everybody has a feeling about it and a perspective on it, and we're making good strides. And it's cool to start to see some of it come together, but not just yet.
It just feels like kind of a weight on you. The system we launch now is going to be the one that's the whole. Everything will be based on how we attach pants to characters.
That's exactly right. There's the tech that they're identifying now that we're putting actively into. You can play with it soon. Is it's very abnormal for game development, right? You usually make a system, you scrap that system, you make a new system, you scrap that system about 15 more times, and then you kind of get to the system that you put out in the game. And we're going to try to do that quicker because of the kind of game that we're making. So it's a challenge. I think we're very confident in the tech that we're putting together right now for it.
I will say I love when I log into Shotgun in the morning and I see that somebody has uploaded 60 different kinds of pants.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Lots of pants. It's going to be Pants Citizen.
But no cargo pants.
No cargo pants. That's right. Do they have cargo pants in the future?
No, Chris was this got out that Chris was adamant that there were too many cargo pants in
there. So I shouldn't wear my cargo pants to work anymore, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Is that why nobody talks to me when I wear cargo pants to work that day? I'm like, why doesn't anybody look at me anymore? It's a cargo pants situation. That's awesome.
HOTAS update. I know a lot of people have been asking about this. Do you want to talk about the HOTAS?
No, I don't want to talk about that.
We talking to SciTech and so on about the schedule. They have their manufacturing schedule down now, and we said, we would rather do the pre-order a little closer to when it's going to ship because it's not one we control.
Right. They're handling fulfillment for this.
So we just we had talked about doing it end of January. It's going to be a little bit later now. We'll update you when that happens. Mm-hmm. Normally when we do merchandise, we do a constellation model or the boxes or anything like that. We kind of oversee the whole pipeline and we know what's coming where. But since there's a little bit more air of somebody else doing it this time, we're erring on the side of caution.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Got a holotable question.
Holotable.
No projection on the when, but the how. The holotable is something that I know everyone's very passionate about internally. We've got it scoped out. We've got a good layout of exactly how we want to improve it, what we want to do with it. The when isn't established yet, but it's definitely something we're thinking about all the time because we know there's ways to.
They apparently need you in the rest of the office to do some stuff.
Oh, great!
So
Okay.
I have replaced you with Randy.
A much better replacement. All right, awesome.
I don't have the spiky hair.
That's okay.
Yes.
All right.
So they're
Cool.
Everyone is running around looking for you. So
Okay.
thank you for
Thanks,
coming
everybody.
in.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Anytime.
Eric Kyron Davis, everybody.
Bye, guys. Yay!
Welcome, Randy.
Randy, tell us your life story right now.
So he
started 5 minutes ago.
while Eric was here, he let it out that you had been promoted or shifted, and you want to tell everybody what you're doing now?
Yeah, so I'm actually helping out the design team with scheduling, task generation, kind of just helping them out as much as I can to facilitate everything. I still have like eyes and ears on everything design is doing, as well as now I'm on engineering as well. So now I'm kind of ramping up with them too and making sure that those are facilitated to get everything done faster, hopefully, and more efficiently. Or I'm just in the way. I'm not sure yet. But we're getting to that point. It's actually it's a really cool transition. It's completely different. Like I have to ask different questions now when I look at designs or when I talk to engineering, complete other side of things. So.
Someone said your position is growing as fast as your hair.
Kind of is. I liked what was the last time someone was like, is his hair seasonal? I'm like, it kind of is. It's just like a whim. I'm like, I grow it out or I'll shave it, whatever. I don't know.
When he doesn't have hair, he's a designer. When he has hair, he's a producer. And if you ever see him in a hat, he's become an artist.
I'm going to get like a nice floppy hat now, watch. Be artistic. Ooh, how many ships would I like to see finished before the end of the year? All of them.
That is not a promise that all the ships will be finished by the end of the year.
I don't know. I would like to see all of them done. I'm pretty sure everyone else would love to see them done too. I'm just so getting in trouble, aren't I?
Randy's throwing a grenade over here.
I'm never getting invited to the show again. We're like, mm-mm.
Let's see. So, any questions for Randy, former designer, now producer? Is that right, producer?
I actually have a question, Randy. Now that you are a producer, do you still, spend time working on the game at all, or are you just doing like a lot more businessy kind of stuff?
So yes and no. Since I was a designer and I was doing some development before, when certain issues come in, I actually sometimes will go through and go mess with the in-game engine real quick, just to see like, oh, okay, yeah, this is gonna be tech design, this is gonna be engineering. So I kind of have that perspective. So it's a little bit different than I guess a majority of the producers. So it is kind of cool. Like I have an issue that I'm checking right now where some of the item parts weren't going and stuff like that. So I was like just looking at item parts and seeing if they were hooking up properly and all that.
Korzang asks, how's the cat going and are you keeping any oversight on it?
Definitely keeping oversight. I really love the cat, and I've actually passed it off to Calyx now. So Calyx is the cat master. We've been talking with Gurmuk, we've been talking with Elwin, we've been talking with a lot of people just to get the cat up and running. I mean, it has a lot of interesting tech going on with it.
Euphoric asks if Gurmuk finished the Carrick internal concepts. No, that's slated for after his work on the cat. And these things always shift around.
Yeah, it's very fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Working on another guest too before the end of the show. So.
Yeah, all right.
I'm
Tom's our talent
I'm
agent.
pulling double
Tom's our
duty here.
wrangler
I'm
today, yeah.
booking guests and running the show. So hopefully all goes well. We'll get somebody in here from the art
I
department.
thought you started melting like when you went on camera or something, because you're never on camera.
No, I'm great on camera. I love being on camera.
Okay,
But the problem is I have to be running it most of the time. So
Like the
I
camera
I
that
just
turned
heard
off.
that. Yeah, just heard the shutter go.
Which camera was it?
probably the one that's looking at us right now.
Here's kind of an interesting question. Somebody says, do you guys ever get worked up with some of the questions people ask, like the trolls are just upset that what people think? Not really. I was thinking about this recently. The first time you kind of encounter the experience of trolling, it's like, oh my god, why do they hate me so much? What's wrong? I happen to be sometimes when I'm stressed at work, I read the Reddit cats thread, the Reddit cats forum, and as I clicked on new instead of top recently, and I noticed there are people who dedicate their lives to trolling the people who post pictures of their cats. There's like a guy who every day posts a picture of a cat with poop photoshopped onto it with the comment, "I pooped on this cat." That's this man's entire life. And I realized it's not us. It's not the people who have a problem with us. It's the people who are just jerks.
Yeah. I think that took a lot of getting used to working here because you do have a lot of people and you have to find a way to not take it personal because people can be vicious.
It's a learning lesson. I mean, especially
is.
like different parts. Like when I was still doing art, it was like people were like just trash your art, and people could do it in a nice way or they could do it in a mean way. And like half the time you're like just in the corner crying in a little fetal position, but you're like, I'm not taking it serious. I'm not doing this. And then like other times, like design the same way, like just poking holes in designs. Like some of my favorite times working with some of the old designers was like you give them a design and then the whole entire paper is just one big red mark and it's like, aww. But it's really good feedback, and that's the thing. So like some of the forum, even the trolls, they still have points. So you just have to push past the trolliness and just look at the points. I'm like, okay, this is the point they're making and this is kind of going, and then just like once you start collaborating all that feedback, it's no longer about like troll a person or troll this, whatever. It's just like, okay, these are the points they're trying to make. And it's looking past that.
I will say, yeah. In fact, I think the one really negative thing about people who are dedicated trolls is that it makes it a little bit harder to say, here's the serious concern, because there are lots of people with actual concerns, the serious, and sometimes they are passionate to the extent that they seem like trolls. They're not. We know they're not. But it's just kind of filtering that is, I think, the most difficult thing about it.
So I saw a question about like project management. We do a bunch of different styles. Each studio kind of has their thing. We're kind of consolidating a bunch of little things here and there, so that way we can keep consistency with it. So like we're using like bug tracking software. We're using like a lot of Excel spreadsheets. We're using a lot of just tracking in general. We also, it depends on what's in. So we do like a light agile scrum. So we do have some scrums here and there, but we're not really adhering to one specific like format. We have whatever works for the team and the people that are using it. We're trying to be as efficient as possible, right?
I actually haven't heard the word scrum in quite a while. Early on in the project, it was scrum everywhere, and now it's much more agile. In terms of just words I hear around my head, it's not going to work.
It's a new buzzword.
It's the word of the week.
The new item system is coming along. People are still working on it. We have a lot of things. Hopefully, we'll be able to share more of that when it gets to a better state. And then I think like some of the main engineers are all working on that.
I've seen a bunch of questions about the GeForce stuff that Sean talked about. I think none of us are the ones to answer that, but it will be addressed in the nearish future.
I can make up an answer.
Okay. What's
No, I don't really want to do that. I'm so excited.
I was like interested.
Here we go.
What features do you say the most excited about concerning organizations for interaction with other? Still, it's multi-crew. Like every time I'm asked that question, I am so excited about multi-crew, making sure like all the roles upon a ship are like spoken for. So, for instance, if I'm the captain of the ship, then I basically have plugs into like everything. I want to be able to see what my crew is doing, and if I'm going to be the pilot, then the only thing I care about is piloting, and then let the like tactician officer or whatever else. Like I want to see those roles come alive within the ship. Like when people start flying the Idris, or when people start flying like these huge, massive capital ships, like multi-crew is where I'm actually really excited about. I can't wait to be like a soldier and be like, yes sir, I'm on this. And they see me just like go around and repair something, or then jump in a gunner thing, like shoot everybody in the face. Because you gotta shoot everybody in the face.
Let's see. Are you guys going to send any devs to attend GDC 2016? I'm not aware of any official presence. I know some folks take off to go to GDC. And in the past, I know we've sent folks for recruiting, but I don't think we have plans this time.
I might be going because it's like I'll go for that weekend because that's when all the big parties are happening, and that's about it.
Party boy.
Thinking back to the troll thing, I was just thinking something my brother said. My brother also hosts a ridiculous web show called Most Craved. And I asked him about trolling, and he said, "No, it's great. They have 3 hosts." He said, "No, it's great. I'm not the woman or the fat guy." And I said, "Damn it, ATV just has a woman and a fat guy. That explains it."
Speaking of trolls, I'm surprised we haven't seen Disco Lando show up in the chat roll to the trolls yet. Or is he troll level 2, where he's got a fake name and he is wrong?
No, I feel like he
put it
would
past
be.
He would be him.
He would be blatant.
He would want us to know.
He actually would.
He would want us to know that it
Yeah.
I keep looking at my phone to see if he's texted us.
He would
and
not
he's
do anything subtly.
Exactly.
Right.
He is all sorts of subtle. What are you talking about?
You and your brother do a web show called Lesnick and Lesnick.
We actually are doing a web show, maybe?
Yeah, apparently we're filming something about Dune this weekend. So.
I don't know why.
Dune is awesome.
I've never read the book, so yeah.
Yeah, he Skyped me yesterday. He was like, "Read the first chapter of Dune again. I want to make a video." I'm like, "What's the video going to be?" Like, I don't know. So there may or
That's
may
our
not.
weekend.
Yeah.
We were also talking about doing another movie day. Your brother came to that last time too. And we did a comment with him.
Yes.
So we are.
Yes, we're gonna do Star Trek. I think 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Some weekend, maybe next weekend, maybe
Probably in
weekend.
February, looking at either
Yeah.
When's
the
the movie
5th or the
come out
12th. No, it's real Star Trek.
No, but I mean, isn't it to lead up to the
No.
actual Star Trek?
No, that's
No, I think
the
it's
real. I don't even know what that movie is. It's
How
real
dare
Star
you.
Trek.
I know, right?
2, 3, and 4, like a trilogy. Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, Voyage Home, one of my personal all-time favorite films. We'll watch them and offer commentary, just like we did with Star Wars before Christmas.
Should we do an Adele listening experience
You've
leading
set
up
that
to
up.
her concert?
Set that up.
Maybe
Are
today
there
at the end of
comments
the
you
day.
make during Adele? This, now listen to this. This is the part where she says hello a bunch of times. Interestingly, what she meant by that was.
There's so much subtext in it. So deep. So deep.
What will the main role of the new community manager be? Is that cost justifiable? Speaking of trolls.
Yeah.
No, we're throwing money all over the place for no reason. No, we're going to be taking some of the more of the forum management here, and just the fact that everybody is overwhelmed. I mean, we've had as many as 3 community managers at a time, and right now we have 1, so absolutely makes sense to have another one.
As our community grows more and more, we need more community managers.
Yes, we had 1 when there were 50,000 people, and now we have 1 where there are 1 million plus. So it's definitely more.
The community is small. The community team, I feel like it's just 5 of us. That's crazy. They
Yeah.
can millions of people.
A head troll manager. Nice.
They already have a head troll manager. He's at PAX right now. Let's take some real questions again. Question it up, RSI chat. Let me check
The Twitch.
the other chat. Why such a low amount of unmelt tokens to prevent people from abusing the unmelt system? If you didn't catch it earlier, there will be a new one every quarter. So there's always going to be a way.
You'll get 4 a year, basically.
4 a year, yeah. And if it becomes an issue down the line, we can re-examine that. But
And that's just to use store credit, right?
It's just for store credit.
You can
use the unmelt system.
Yeah, you can use the unmelt system anytime.
It's in game. That's hilarious.
Something about I saw a question about the Mustang Omega, but I missed what it was. We have some limitations. What's that?
Sorry, I just saw one that I could answer.
Oh, okay. Well, you remember what it
No,
was.
you carry on.
So for the Mustang Omega, for downgrades, upgrades, side grades, melting, there's some contractual issues that prevent us from doing everything we do with the other ships, just because it's part of our deal with AMD. When we are able to do more with it, we'll let you know. What's your concierge question?
There's actually 2 that I see that I can answer. Concierge Flare just had some concept art done last week. I think we're looking at April for that being ready, so we'll have more info when that's closer. I also saw a question about events in Canada. There is a Bar Citizen in Montreal coming up. Is it next weekend?
I think so, and Behavior and Turbulent will be
Yeah,
there.
people from Behavior and Turbulent will be there. We sent some giveaway stuff, so there'll be some swag. We will give you more info on that next week. I believe it's next weekend.
We have artists.
And we have artists.
Artists! Hello, artists! What are you guys working on?
Characters. I think Jeremiah's also working on characters.
Actually, we can talk about it.
What?
I can talk about it.
Yeah,
so-
you can talk about it. I can talk about most stuff.
Yeah.
He's doing the concepts. I'm doing the sculpting and in-game jazz.
Are these Squadron 42 characters? Or
All Squadron 42
All Squadron
characters.
42 characters. Are they Squadron 42 characters we've met already, or?
Some you have met, and others you have not met.
I mean,
Tell us the ones we've met. If you-
Well, obviously, Old Man Colton is not Gary Oldman, but Mark Hamill's character. He is.
Oh no, you've revealed David Haddock's writing process.
Yeah, exactly. It's the most confusing thing when we're naming files. I'm like, I gotta open this one. Oh wait, that's the wrong Oldman. But so far we've completed the character tech on Mark Hamill. He looks pretty good, so he is going to be looking pretty sharp in Squadron 42.
Of course, he only has one scene in Squadron 42 at the very end.
And then he
It's only for a quick second. We spent
but he
months
gives
to the-
5 looks that are so complex.
He gives a really good look.
The subtext there is like it tells the whole movie.
and the single tear animation.
Yes.
No, I like that our trailer list this year had more Mark Hamill than Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm working on. So in the monthly update, we had my Medium Marine
Yeah.
concept up. And so there were a little bit of notes that I was given from Rob McKinnon. And I did the cardinal sin, which is I jumped on Reddit.
Oh, jeez.
No,
And I
no.
started answering questions. And I had I think I took a break for lunch, came back, I had 200 messages in my inbox. It's like, Jesus. And so I spent 30 minutes, and then Grimug, who sits next to me, looked at it and was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm replying to that. He's like, you gotta, just answer not all of them, just the important ones.
Yeah, that's the rabbit hole
Oh,
right
I
there.
know. It went out of control.
You're like, I don't like how the left boot works. I think this guy might be right. Change it. Go back to concept phase.
Yeah, but I just had a meeting with the lead design team, with Steve and Riggs, Forrest and Rob and Mark Skelton, regarding the Heavy Marine. And so we have a really solid, legit gameplay design spec, and also the Heavy Marine will be coming soon, so that will be in the pipeline. So it'll look a lot better. I like the Medium Marine looks a lot better now, I think, personally, compared to what we have in the game. And so the Heavy Marine will be getting that same treatment.
Yeah, in case people didn't know, the Marines are getting a complete revamp.
Oh yeah.
So that we can actually start fitting form and function to them and
Yeah.
see about their gameplay mechanics and that kind of stuff.
Saw some folks asking about the railgun we showed on ATV this week. That is a railgun. No, that is like a shoulder-mounted anti-spacecraft weapon, and it's going to be really cool once it's in. So, imagine sitting on Port Olisar with this big missile pack there, railgun thing, and see
Well, you can't fire it for Olisar yet.
No, not at, okay.
In
It's
Korea,
something
you
like,
can.
yeah, Korea.
In Korea, you can do that.
All right, let's take some questions.
Art questions.
Not that one. Now I see what Disco Lando ignores every week.
I mean, you can ask us random questions, see if we can answer it, and we'll just totally destroy everything.
This question involved the phrase super boobs, so I'm going to ask that one.
Okay. Maybe not that one.
Now you've said it.
I know. You gave them what they
I saw one
wanted.
good question. It was just saying who designed the railgun, and I think a lot of times what we do is we'll have multiple concept artists create something, and then they'll see, okay, this is how the mass driver works. This is how this kind of weapon works. So it's kind of hard to say exactly who designs what, because someone might design a look, and then that person might take that exact look and then kind of form fit it to to be a handheld weapon or something like that. So Jeremiah sometimes works on concepts from Rob or Rita's old ones. So there's a lot of artists involved in the art process. So I think more often than not, it's a team effort.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chris Roberts confirmed Birds would be in the game. What role does Larry Bird play in the game, and does this mean basketball is confirmed?
Good job.
Bunch of questions.
Mid 2016.
Bunch of questions about female characters. Still coming. It'll come with the character customization. No release date, but in development. We just say that for everything.
Very old and romantic option. That would be epic. The only option.
Will Nyx be released when it's ready, or will it be held for the rest of Stanton? No, we'll do Nyx when it's ready. In fact, I think one thing you'll see in the future is we'll kind of expand the. Crusader is just part of Stanton. And, you'll see come together in chunks.
Are toilets lootable?
Are our toilets? Oh, toilets. Not yet. I don't know what kind of game you want to play, but let's see.
Somebody said this was a great RTV.
I
and
know.
I don't know if they're being
I'm-
sarcastic.
Oh, I appreciate it. though.
Can we
It's
get a clear view helmet, please? Certain helmets have different functions. I do know that the EVA, we're doing a deck crew EVA suit that has a almost full glass visibility. So if that's what you're looking for, then yes, that does exist.
Someone asked about if we're still working with the Kingdom Come Deliverance folks for the costuming. I know we shared, we had kind of a get together early on, shared some knowledge, tech sort of things. I think we've gone in our own pretty distinct way at this point, so we're not really using their stuff, but we're still fans.
Let's check the other chat too.
I will check the other chat.
It's hard on a laptop.
Character customization.
I mean,
Can't
while
say
we wait,
when, but
Yeah.
it's coming. Vec Germany just locked down a design for the custom stuff.
I mean, while we wait, I can talk about a 15-minute episode that Omar and I had this morning.
No.
So,
Like this is happening
we
anyway.
played 2.0 this morning, and we spent around 15 minutes. We finally got to Korea, and there was nobody there. And Omar was like, "Oh, this is starting to get really interesting. It's really fun." And I see him crouch in the corner, and we went to the depressurize zone. And he was like, "Oh, I think there's somebody out there." And he got out of crouch and he walked towards it. "All right, Jeremiah, let's go." And then he had his face was facing the opposite direction, and I just raised my rifle and shot him on the head.
I made the fault of trusting someone I was sitting next to, and also getting immersed in our game, which penalty is death, frustration, and rage quitting.
I'm all about the grief before you pass.
And I
it out.
definitely rage quit.
Yes, he did.
And I got off Skype.
Yes, he did.
So somebody asked about Next Great Star Marine. That is still happening. One of the pieces we needed to fall into place for that was Sean Tracy. And now that we've sucked him into the LA office, he's going to be involved with the setup for that. In fact, you were in a meeting this week, weren't you, with Turbulent about... maybe it was Lando.
No, but I was on an email thread about it.
Okay. So the Turbulent has been tasked with setting up the site for entries and so on. We don't have a specific date yet, but we're aiming for March-ish. So stay tuned there. Progress on alien languages. I don't have an update on that, but it will be a segue to mentioning that if you happen to be at PAX South, David Ladyman is showing off his new board game, Star Traders. Stop by, check it out. It's a fun game, and ask him about the alien languages.
It was a long way to say ask David
There's a pretty
Ladyman.
good question up there.
Which one?
It was what is the process for taking a character from concept all the way to in-game? I think Jeremiah could probably handle the first part of that question.
Well, normally we would have the writers. We have a shot list. We call it shot list. So we have a list of characters that are in the entire game or outfits, and then we have the producers and the leads kind of figure out which one's the higher priority. So we get a priority list, and so we just pretty much go down the list, and what we'll do is the concept guys will talk with the animation team and the design team, and also the art director and the lead, and we'll discuss kind of what the visual look and also the function of the character would be. So we'll talk about like, will the players have access to them, or is it an NPC character, or is there a restriction on visibility or movement, so all that type of stuff. And then once we lock down on a direction, someone like myself would do a bunch of sketches, take them to final, and then get approvals. And then normally I'll do a call-out sheet for a character artist like Omar. It'll be like, oh, this is the gloves, the front, side, and back, and this is what the helmet looks like from the side, and then segue.
Well, then once he gives me a drawing, I will sculpt it on our characters, and depending on, is this going to be PU, does the player have access to it, what kind of rig is it on, is it custom? Each one of those has its own set of issues and problems to solve. And then we sculpt the character, get the sculpt approved, it matches the concept as much as we can. And then once the high poly sculpt is approved, we retopo it and we do a lot of stuff to optimize it for the game. And then so we find out what kind of metals, what kind of materials, we do a material pass, we talk to the engineers, how can we make sure that this character is running as smooth as possible, so that we can have, you know, hopefully if all our characters are optimized to the best of our ability, we can have more and more people on screen, so we can have a better MMO experience. And that is usually when it's completed.
That's great.
And with that, we will
Yeah, we're at
wrap
the end of
up
the show.
Reverse the Verse. It's been an hour somehow. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, you guys are always welcome.
Visit us more often.
Yes.
I never come in this room. I guess it would be a
It's a stage.
Where's that
Stage.
fireplace? I told Jared about the fireplace. We need
there a
like a
fireplace?
digital fireplace in here. Like cut a hole.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Put a
Yeah,
TV
we
in
got
the
a
fireplace.
back, yeah.
Homey or something.
It, like
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I like
That's
that.
what we need.
Well, then we need whiskey glasses.
I think we have whiskey.
I saw
let's take
Ortland
that
walking around
offline.
with like a box of wine glasses the other day.
Yeah.
So,
I want to sit by a fireplace and drink whiskey.
so everybody check later today. We'll have a post with the details about the things. Details about the buyback tokens, the free fly, and there'll be another post with an interview with Jillian Anderson. So check that out later today, and we will see you around the verse. Reverse the around.
Reverse.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you
Make
next
Steve
week.
die now.
Reverse the verse.